Good morning, sir. Um, this will be the video for my um PoE 2 coding. So starting off with the package up here and import the Java scanner, util random, util array list, file writer, IOE exception, buffer writer file, NIO files, NIO file paths. Now for my first class assign. We obviously have the scanner system.in to allow input to be entered. So system.out, what's your name, with string first name variable with scanner next line. The last name with scanner next line as well. Create your username with string username and scanner next line. And the if statement of the check username comes from their login class that I will get to just now. But we ask the user, actually, the statement checks the username and checks if it's equal to the username that was typed in. If true, well, username, it'll output username was successfully captured. If false, well, the username is not successful and stuff. Again, asking for the password, storing it into the password variable, and an if statement to see if the password that they have typed in is equal to the password variable. If true, password gets captured. If not, it does not. Oh, what I do? Then you ask. Then we ask for the phone number. Store the phone number in the string variable instead of the int. And another if statement to check phone. If true, it captures. If not, you'll be alerted why it's not captured. I mean, why the login details do not work. And then an output of enter your login details. Then stored in the login variable, you enter your password and it stores in the login password variable. Now, this is where I think the login, let me check. Oh, this is for the login message. If the login details are not accurate, then a message will display from the login message. The statement, username, what are these per? These are arguments. The arguments, username, password, login password. You will be alerted with a welcome chat if all is well. And we output how many messages do you wish to enter. And we store that in the num messages variable with the integer dot pass int with scanner next line. Now the message system equals to message system. This is a class that has been created. Message processed, we initialize that with 0, and boolean running equals true, and a while loop is created. Starting with these outputs with the choice variable and switch. That will be the end of the loop. Then we create another while loop to allow the user to send messages. So yeah, yeah. And this is just all to allow the user to type whatever they want. And this is the thing that handles what they do. It's what um it's the decisions that are made after a person has done what they've done. And after all of that, the messages are either processed or we get a response where the messages have not been sent. And you get a summary after everything. And now to the login, the second class, which is the login class. Um, this method right here, return login status, is to it displays a message depending on what how you've logged in. If login was successful, you'll get a welcome message. If not, your login fails. A boolean for the login user, a boolean for check username, basically checking if there's underscores and characters and the length of the username is correct, equal or less than 5. Now, this is a method to check the password, basically checking if the characters and symbols and the length of the password with an addition of numbers are all correct, using Boolean and a for loop to basically check each character for those specific characteristics. And at the end of this method, you should return um, some sort of password with all of these characteristics, an uppercase, a number, and a special letter, special character. And then the next method is Boolean check phone number. This basically checks the length of the phone number is correct and has the +27 international code. The for our third class, this is the message object class, and this is a class that's basically going to create an object and also process the messages that the user has put in. So starting off with the message object method, this basically checks the message ID, message number, recipient, message text, and message hash along with the variables over here. Now, the string to string is basically an output of the messages just to display them. And for our next class, and I think last, yeah, the last class is the message class. Now this is where we set up our array that stores all the messages and stuff like that. This also checks the recipient's cell phone number and their ID, and this will basically generate a message depending on what you've written. No, this is actually for the user. No, never mind. This is a method to generate 10-digit message ID, whatever. Now this is a method, um, create, I think, a hash, something about a hash, along with the strings to get the first word and the last word from the message. First word is replaced with, the certain letters, and this is the hash variable. Combining the first two and the message number, the first word, and the last word. You have an uppercase as well. Then the method of sent message. This basically handles the messages, and yeah, message either successful, or you might need to press something, or the message is stored, or the message is invalid. Now, moving on to the print message variable with the message object uh, parameter. And this is again to print a single message depending on you. Uh, no, this basically just tells you more about the variables like message ID, message hash, and recipient and message text. Next variable, next method is string print messages. This is basically just to print the messages, like it's that straightforward, using a for loop with the string builder object, I believe. Yeah, I think that's an object, yeah. The return total messages, you should it should return a specific output, and the int this time, the current message count, should also output the amount um, of messages. Add message method should return the messages, check and stuff. You know. Moving on to the store message method. This is basically a method to store the messages using this new storage file thing that we're doing now. And then the last method, string read stored messages. I'm pretty sure this is to with the stored messages, this is basically to just analyze it, I believe, whether the storage, whether no, whether the messages from the file are stored, you will be alerted this if statement, and if not, well, there will be an error that will be told to you. And this is a new try, um, a different method of, you know, resolving the things that we want. And yeah, that is pretty much the code. Sorry for the going out of the app and stuff. That's my bad, but yeah, that is about it. As well as the imports up here that I have mentioned earlier, I think. as well as the package. Thank you very much.